Surprise live stream. Um, I got a package in the mail today from an amazing. She doesn't do YouTube. Eliza Dominelli has been watching for quite a while, and we've been following each other for quite a while on Twitter as well. The world of underground comics fans is a pretty small one, so you do end up getting to know some people, and you tend to flock together online. There's a number of us on Twitter that are underground comics fans who follow each other and kind of post semi regularly. So she was nice enough to reach out the other week. I think, I don't remember when it was. She'd found a specific book for me, which I'll save for the very last thing we look at, and asked if I had a copy. But I didn't know that I was going to get a huge stack of stuff so soon. So I'm super excited about it. I've already opened it up. I've already had a quick look through things. But I thought we'd go through it together because there's some really killer stuff. Jason, hello. How are you? Random act of kindness video live stream going on here today. So a sticker, a Saga sticker. I'll make sure to pass that on to Gore Vidal. She has a nice letter here. I won't show you too much other than another freaking sticker. I'm going to try to salvage that one, rescue it, and we can put that in our sticker collection, my daughter and I. Thank you very much, Eliza, by the way. Super nice of you to do this. Yeah, I mean, I always appreciate this kind of thing. I love sending stuff out, but it's nice to get some books in the mail too. It's always a great thing, so I really appreciate it. So the first one, there's only a few doubles in here actually. This one I know that I have for sure. This is the New Wave, or the first three are ones that I know that I have. This is the New Wave from Eclipse Comics, #1. This one they were doing their bi-weekly, so they're much thinner. Probably, I don't know, I want to guess like half the size of a regular comic. I don't know if the pages are numbered in here or not. No, it doesn't look like it. 12, 13, 14 pages of story anyway, by the looks of things, and then letters and stuff. So always, even with these doubles, I always go back and look at what I have to see if this is an upgrade, because sometimes, especially for the Eclipse stuff, I haven't found too much that's been in pretty rough shape, but it's always worth to see if there's an upgrade there. This one I know and I love. This is Strange Days, issue #3 from Brandon Graham, featuring Paradox. So this is also an Eclipse Comics thing. We've talked about this many years ago, I think. Freakwave, all of this stuff was collected. This is outstanding comics, even though the creator himself may be questionable at times. This is outstanding work, and it's stuff like this where you can really see him shine as an artist. Of course, he went on to infamously do a lot of the design for, or all of it possibly, the art direction for that Mad Max, whatever the hell that latest one was called, Road Warriors, whatever the hell it was. He did all of that for that fine film production. But his comics work, and specifically his coloring in comics, is always kind of next level amazing. So if you don't know this book or the Paradox, I think Paradox was 2 issues. Did it come out from Vortex Comics possibly? Pick up this stuff if you find it. And finally, for the ones I know that I have, this is Dalod #1. I am a huge fan of Dalod. This was kind of my first big introduction to Dennis Fujitaki as an artist. It's Jan Sternad is the writer on this. I know that some of these old school writers get a lot of slack. I happen to really like Sternad's writing. It usually works for me more often than it doesn't. At the end of the day, as we always say around here, it is comics. You're not getting Shakespeare. But I love Dalod, and it's the art that really draws me to it. It's a surprisingly really good series. I was shocked when I first read it. There was a follow-up of a few issues, not Tooth and Claw, Tooth and Nail, something like that. There was a follow-up from Fantagraphics. Again, one that I can easily recommend to anybody that's a fan of this channel who maybe hasn't seen this book or read this book. I tend to see it out there semi-often, not the whole runs or anything, but if you've got some dollar bins in your neck of the woods, it's worth keeping an eye out for because it's really, really good. This one I know that I don't have. This is kind of, this goes towards the pseudo Eclipse collection. This is Claypool Comics, and at the end of Eclipse's time, before they kind of went bankrupt, they started distributing some Claypool comics. They thought they'd kind of get into the game that way. Claypool Comics infamously has the Elvira comic. So I know about this one. I've never seen any issues. It's very, very rare that I see anything Claypool. I did find some other titles, I don't know, a month or two ago, possibly at the flea market when that guy was selling kind of this enormous collection that he had picked up. I found some stuff there. I saw some Elvira just the other day, actually, but those books are really damn expensive. Not even just the first issue, like every single issue of the Claypool era Elvira books are expensive. So this is good, knowing that it was kind of only distributed by Eclipse and they didn't necessarily have much to do with the books. I don't know how hard I'm going to chase these to add to the Eclipse collection, but it is good to have some of them just as kind of like the addendum to the Eclipse collection there, which is what, at 4 or 5, 7 boxes strong, I think. Or no, maybe it's only 6 boxes. At least 6 short boxes and then like a shelf filled with other stuff too. The rest of these I have a little bit of knowledge about. Actually, let's go to this one. I know that I have, I think it was Pacific Comics. Did Eclipse also do Sunrunners? I know that I've seen these before. I don't know if I have this issue. I think there was only like 3 or 4 of these from Serious Comics. So this one, I'm not sure if I have it. I don't think I do, even though the cover kind of vaguely looks familiar. So we'll have to check it out. This is issue number 2. Anthropomorphic type of story here. I honestly, I don't think I've ever read a single issue. It's one that I'm always curious about, and I do generally really enjoy the covers, and there's nothing wrong with the interiors. There's nothing about it that's an immediate turnoff other than maybe it's talking elephants. I don't know. I don't know what the barrier is for me, but I just haven't sat and read these ones. So maybe this is a good reminder to dig into these books. There's a number in here that I'm not familiar with at all, and this is one of them. Donna Mia, the foil cover from, what does that say? Dark Fantasy Productions. Donna Mia, number 1 of 4. Looking on my CLZ when I was putting these in, they all did come out by the looks of it. An ad on the back here for Rex, a 2-issue miniseries from Dark Fantasy Productions. It's a pretty great looking ad for it, I'll tell you. This one looks looks pretty great. Cover by Michael Kaluta. Interior cover drawings by Trevor Oates. Trevor Oates is story, pencils, primary rendering, etc. And Eric Olive is the color washes on this book. Neither of those names sound familiar to me, but it looks pretty great. And this is a pretty beefy issue as well, too. So, yeah, I'm kind of digging the look of this one. It's the beauty with this era of comics. There was so much that just didn't go anywhere. Do we have a year on this one? Yeah, 1995 is the year. So not in the golden age, but still looking pretty sharp. Strange Attractors rather. I end up seeing this book around quite a bit. I have never picked up a copy for some reason. It's one of those books I think I often pick up and put back down because the price is, you know, $3 as opposed to $1.50 or whatever, you know what I mean? So this actually had a pretty decent run when I was looking at it on CLZ. I want to say like at least 10 issues or something. This is 1993, May of 93. Mark Sherman and Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen on art. Another one, I don't know anything about this book beyond. I know that I've seen this cover a million times. I don't think I've ever seen another issue, though, so it makes me wonder if CLZ is accurate. I imagine they are. If anything, I've found with CLZ, they may not put something on there that should be added, as opposed to having stuff on there that doesn't actually exist. So Fantico on this one, I think, right? Yeah, Fantico Entertainment, mature readers. I've seen issue number 1. It's a really striking cover. If you look up Blood and Kisses, issue number 1 is the one that always stood out to me. Was it issue number 1, or was that maybe the trade cover? I don't remember now. I'm very excited to have this. Fantico is a company that I don't find a lot of. This is 94. It's a company I don't find a lot of out there. But I'm very, very curious to get as much Fantico as I could get my hands on. Designed, written, illustrated, and lettered by Leaf Jones. And it's gorgeous. I looked through this one. It is of that time for sure, but I kind of love this look, you know. Again, it's like these 90 gothy, you know, dressed in black, as Henry Rollins would say, writing poetry on black paper with black ink in the black of midnight. You know, so it looks pretty good. I'm curious to dig into this one. Yeah, very stylish looking. So there you go. That's Blood and Kisses number 3. Beck and Call, another one that was unknown to me. Gauntlet Comics, is that what it is? Yeah, Gauntlet Comics, issue number 2. Pretty killer front cover. You know, some sort of werewolf of sorts fighting some giant mutated spider. This is 1994 as well. Is there credits? Oh, look at that, right out of the gate. This one I haven't flipped through, so looks pretty good off the top. Oh boy, is the whole thing panorama. Yeah, man. Classic black and white. There we go. And then we get to kind of regular. I mean, if you're going to start off a book with a cover like that and you don't start off in a fight, you're doing a huge disservice. So it's great to see that we jump right into the shit right off the top. Looks all right, man. Doesn't look too bad to me at all. So that'll go on to the ever-expanding reading list. Another one, yet another one I know nothing about. This is the Eden Matrix from Adhesive Comics. This certainly it's one of those covers that has that kind of like texture to it that always feels like it's just really dirty. I know you know what I'm talking about. There was this era of those covers and it's always kind of disgusting. It always creeps me out just a little bit. Holy shit, how the fuck are you supposed to read that? Like, look at that. That's intense. I have no idea what any of that says, but this has got to be 90s. It almost feels like early computer coloring in here as well too, and maybe even just all around computer art for the entire damn thing. Whoa. Local node rebooting. Also stuffed inside this was a Eden Matrix mini comic called Wasteland. It's a flip book, which looks pretty good. That's what jumped out at me when this fell out of the book, when I was taking everything out of their bags. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All I could read on that first page, 90s indeed. Yeah, absolutely. It's screams that era. I mean, you never know, right? You never know with this stuff. Oh, there you go. Now we're talking. That's a little something there. So yeah, we'll see what that's all about. There was a few of these. Again, when I entered it on CLZ, a few titles came up, or a few issues rather, came up for this. Yeah, not seeing any year on it whatsoever, but there's a sneak peek at issue number 2's cover. I'm going to just do something quick here because I don't want to do a reveal of that last book yet until we're good and ready for it. Urban Decay Killzone. Outstanding cover. I love this. What do we have on the back? Yeah, just, oh, yeah. Beautiful. The reverse. Excellent stuff here. Urban Decay Killzone. Again, no idea what this is, but when I was putting it on CLZ, there's quite a few of these too. The Urban Decay, and then there was like a 2 or 3 series with like a subtitle on it. So this has got to be, yeah, this is 94 as well too. Urban Decay Killzone. Jesse and Jason Justice. Script Paul H. Way, pencils Paul H. Way, inks Adam DeCracker, lettering Tammy Van Atta, story created by Paul H. Way. And this one surprises me that it's mid-90s actually, because this really screamed like maybe late 80s to me, just with the style of art in here. Looks interesting for sure. Urban Decay. And second to last, very excited about this one. This Devil Jack has been on my wish list for a long time. It's Tim Tyler, 1995. There's a few issues in this series, and it's been on my wish list on Lone Star for quite a while. Doom Theater. This came out in a couple of different companies, I think, over its run. But man, am I excited about this one. This is unbelievable. Yeah, 1995. I'll just take a quick flip through this one for some Tim Tyler goodness there. Looks like a Darth Vader in the background there. But these, all the covers for Devil Jack are pretty amazing looking, so I'm very excited. This one is probably kind of second from the top of the list, top of the stack to dig into, maybe even this afternoon. Really great looking stuff. Now I absolutely need to get the rest of them. Nothing lasts forever. Beautiful. Yeah, man, Devil Jack, #1. And last but not least, boom, Baker Street Sketchbook. So this is the one that she had messaged me about, asking if I had a copy. And the answer was, no, I fucking don't. But now I do. I'm very excited about this. Baker Street is something I've talked about recently over the last kind of few weeks. Recently finished reading the entire series. Have always been on a bit of a Guy Davis kick, but ever since kind of almost completing the Marquee and dipping into that, giving Baker Street another chance and actually enjoying the series quite a bit. I love seeing this kind of stuff. I think over his career, he did a lot of kind of sketchbooks and things, because I think on Lone Star, they've got a number of Guy Davis sketchbooks listed there. And I love seeing a guy like him, whose art I really, really enjoy, breaking things down a bit. Page layouts. This is the first time I'm looking through this whole thing. So, and then you get the sample page there as well too. Designs for the city. Since Baker Street was set in London, I did a lot of research into the city and piles of sketches of buildings and monuments. Of course, I have to use Big Ben in there somewhere. Opposite right, an early teaser ad for the series based on an old photograph. Oh, wow. Yeah, great, great. Amazing. Eliza, thank you so much for this. They're all fantastic comics, but this one really is a gem to me. This is so great. And I am thankful that I don't have to get it from Lone Star, because it's not one I think I've ever seen in stock on Lone Star. At least I don't remember. But someone can go and check. Yeah, look at that. Some pinups and stuff too. Shit, man, this is fantastic. Look at this stuff. Look at the amount of ink on that page, man. And screens and all sorts of stuff. So good. Guy Davis is really great. He's a very singular artist. And that's the thing that's most fun about digging into all of these bins, hunting for 80s and 90s books that nobody else wants. You get some very unique voices with all sorts of degrees of talent to back them up. But they always, if the really good ones have a character of their own, and Guy really falls into that. And again, Baker Street is that series, I think, where you can really see him transition as an artist from the beginning to the end of that series. I feel like he did a lot of growth as an artist. So that's always a pleasure to see when you're kind of going through a creator's career. Some advertisements. Oh, I wonder, was it the sketchbook that was supposed to have, because they had wanted to do the portfolio. So I wonder if these are portfolio pieces that, because that project got canceled. Baker Street, Children of the Night. Nice. Punk rocker designs. Hell, man, I'll just show you we're almost through the whole book anyway, so I'll just show you every single page. Who the hell's that? Looks like an X character. Keep your swimsuit out of the closet. Nice. I love that a lot. Caliber Press, of course, a collection of illustrations and designs from the acclaimed mystery series by Guy Davis. Fully illustrated, this 48-page volume collects sketchbooks and finished drawings, many never before published. So if they're referencing him there from Sandman Mystery Theater, what year did I say 95, 94? I have to go back and look at what year Baker Street ended. I think it was, maybe it was right after Baker Street that he went to it. So this is 1993 is when this came out. Amazing, man. Really, really amazing. Thank you again, Eliza, for these comics. If you don't follow her on social media, you can follow her on Twitter, or X, I guess, as it's called now. She posts some incredible finds from out there, out Western Canada way. Kind of the home of, I guess, Canadian underground comics. So some of the shops there, when I've been there to visit in the past, I've had pretty good success with finding some underground. So follow her on social media to see what kind of things she's picking up. Right on, everybody. Thanks very much. Later.